Look, our second speaker is Charlotte Hold, an occupational therapist with the Huntington service in Denmark. And due to appalling time differences, Charlotte has sent a pre-recorded presentation. And just before we welcome that pre-recorded presentation, a reminder, pop your questions or thoughts or observations in the Q&A or in the chat if you wish. I'll monitor both, but we will have a Q&A section after our final third speaker. But welcome now to Charlotte Hold.
Now, hello everybody. My name is Charlotte Hold and I'm recording from Denmark. And this is the Danish flag. As you see, I put it over here. In Denmark, we are about 5.8 million people, and about 400 people is diagnosed with Huntington disease. I live in a small town called Rønde. It's on the countryside. It's close to Aarhus, and Aarhus is the second largest city in Denmark. And now I'd like to thank you, Louis, for inviting me for this conference. I think it's amazing what you've been doing, putting all this together. It's a fantastic job. Thank you so much, Louis. And you must have me so excused for my English. I think it's a bit weird to speak English because I haven't spoken this for 1.5 years due to Corona. So if I make a pause and looking for the words, you know why. Or perhaps it's my age, I don't know. Well, regarding my knowledge to HD, I have 10 years of experience with taking care of people, physical and mental, because I work at the HD home in Denmark called Tangkær. And I'm working as an occupational therapist. And also I have 6 years of experience as chairman of the Danish Association. At Tangkær, I have worked about 5 years with the activities in a activity team. And also I'm doing some coordination, for example, for volunteers. Also, I'm a teacher for students. We have some students from the school in Aarhus, for the Occupational Therapy School in Aarhus. And also my experience, of course, is what we can do for helping the families in Denmark, according to my work with the HD associations. In Denmark, we have some different kinds of possibilities to help people and families with HD. First of all, we have all our hospitals, and this is probably the best way to start to get in contact with a hospital and have consultations. And they offer that throughout life, and it's individual how many, and minimum is 1 a year. Secondly, we have what we call dementia consultant. It's a bad word because it's not HD are not known with dementia, but this is the name for it in Denmark. And in all communities, you have the right to ask for a dementia consultant to help you in all kinds of matters. So you only need this one contact in the communities. And this dementia consultant must help you especially for applying for help. For example, for if you need cleaning, extra cleaning, help in the house and so on. Also, we have a special team we call a VISO team, and this is paid and arranged by the government. And this team, they come out to you, whether it's a family or it's an institution, and they give help, informations and recommendations. And it's totally free, it's paid by the government. And then we, of course, we have our Danish HD associations with help, advice and arrangements for families and professionals. Also, we have these free HD homes. As I told before, about 400 people is living with Huntington in Denmark, and we have free homes, and we think it's one or two too little because we could use some more. But we have three very nice homes with a high quality, and they are situated at different places. The biggest one is in Copenhagen, and they have 24 patients, and Tangkær and another one located in the west side, they both have about 17, 18 patients. Well, I would like to talk a bit about Tangkær, where I work. Tangkær, we have patients in different stages, and it's located on the countryside with very nice nature, and a small town with local shops, so you could just go downtown and buy some things, and everybody knows everybody, so it's very safe to go down shopping in this town. We have about 5 kilometers to the closest beach with sea almost all the way around, so it's a very nice place in the nature. The staff at Tangkær, we have different people. We have social and healthcare assistants, we have nurses, social education workers, occupational therapists, and physiotherapists. And also we have 3 external supervisors. And I think this is quite important because the staff also get frustrated once in a while, because of course everybody is trying to do everything we can do to help the HD patients, but sometimes they just doesn't want your help, and they say, no, I don't want any help. And it can take some time before we figure out how to help them. And this waiting time is very frustrating for everybody, also for the staff. So I think it's important that we have these supervisors so we all can talk about it and cope with it, because this waiting time is just very sad and very frustrating. Well, Tangkær is a home where we try to be as similar to a normal home as possible. However, we try to adapt the home and environments individually. For example, we do have precise meal times, because many of the patients, they know it's exactly 12 o'clock, they can have a meal. But also we have the possibility to fix some food 24/7. And this is important because when some of them are tired, they will come up later having dinner, and they get very frustrated if there's no food and they can't find any person to help them, and they have to wait. So to minimize frustrations, we need this opportunity in all kinds of matters. And actually this is one thing that is very important, is that you never say no. But I think you all know this when you know HD people. Never say no. Always have some kinds of possibilities and something else you can do. But it can be very challenging, and also in an institution it can be very challenging. For example, right now we have a guy who's very eager, training on exercise bike. Actually, he goes for spinning, and right now he thinks it's nice to go down to the gym and and train on this bike at 2 or 3 during the night. But the people living next to the gym, they don't think it's a very good idea. They can't sleep. So what do? We talk with him, but he doesn't listen, because no, that's the way he wants it, because that's when he's awake, and that's the only way that can be a good idea for him. And we feel that it irritates him if we really try to put a lot of pressure on this. So what do? So we tried a lot of different things, and finally we found out that we had to make some house rules. And the house rules is written now on the door into the gym, that the gym is closed from 10 in the evening until 6 o'clock in the morning. And all the keys, he has an electronic key. This we have managed so it will be locked. His key will be locked from 10 in the evening until 6 in the morning. And he just accepted this without any trouble. Okay, that's the house rule is for everybody, so it's for me also. So he accepted it, and he actually, he thinks it was a good idea. At Tangkær, we also work with volunteers, and this is such an amazing work, and it can really bring a lot of joy in life. We have volunteers for about 6 years now, and we started voluntary associations, and before Corona we had about 30 people who came to Tangkær as volunteers, visiting and making activities. Some just came having a nice time eating dinner, for example barbecue in the summer, or we go to the beach, or we go for music concerts, and so on and so on. But unfortunately now, when it's during Corona, everything is locked down. So this is of course very sad and a big loss. But still a few of our friends still come because they have individual contact and they are getting friends. So they have been here, but not very much. But we hope it will open very soon again. Now you're probably wondering why we started a voluntary association. And this association we called the Friends of Tangkær. We started this for one reason, and it is foundation, because this is a way to raise the limit, the economic limit in an institution. You know, every institution have a kind of limit where we can do this and this. We have staff, for example, when we go to activities, we have, for example, 1 or 2 staff that can go with the patients. And we have a budget, for example, if we pay interest for zoo or Tivoli, we have a budget for that also. But with this association, we can apply for money. So we can raise this limit, and this is so much joy. It's giving so much happiness to everybody. And actually, what is even more fantastic is that these volunteers, they are getting friends. They're getting friends with everybody. And also, the patient feels like it's more like family, more like friends when we go out for activities, because they don't get paid for coming and visiting me. They don't get paid for spending time with me and taking me out for dinner, for example. So this we have been very, very successful doing at Tangkær. So I can only recommend everybody to work with the volunteers. I will talk a bit about arousal, high and low arousal, because people with HD, they are having trouble adjusting their arousal. Many is very tired. They're getting very tired, or perhaps it's the other way. They are getting very restless and perhaps a little bit frustrated, and they're having problems finding a normal balance. And this low and high arousal, we can do something about. We can help them adjusting this arousal. And it's different from day to day also. So we just have to see every day where the arousal is, and if the person wants some help adjusting the arousal. I know that Jimmy Pollard will inform you about communication, and this is also we're going to talk about how we can use our body language, our communication, our voice, noise, our attitude to lower and high arousal, and to lower frustration, of course. But also we can do a lot of things about the environment, because the environment affects also this arousal. It's, for example, fresh air, light, smell, sounds, music, situations. Are there many people? Are there few people? Everything in the room or where you are situated. It's a good idea to look at everything to see if it has an effect on arousal. For example, if one is sitting in a chair watching TV and that's the only thing he wants to do, and he's doing it all the time, his arousal will be lower and lower and lower. So we must help him coming up in arousal. And we can do something about, as Jimmy will tell about, and also about the environment. Also about mealtime, this is a very, very important thing to discuss, because mealtime, many needs a bigger concentration, so they don't have swallowing problems. So it's very important to look at the environment and what we can do ourselves to adjust arousal so it's perfect about the mealtime. Also, we can do some things about sensory integration, sensory processing disorder, and this can also stimulate lowering the movements. We have some things we try when we must try lowering the involuntary movements, because when the movements are very bad, we can try to do something to lower the movements. For example, the sitting position, and this we can try to think in all kind of sitting position, also in a sofa or in a wheelchair or in a HD chair, everywhere. But if we also always try to get 60 degrees in the hip, it means like something like this. If you try to place the patient in almost like a hole, I don't know what to call it, but with 60 degrees in the hip. So it means that you're sitting in this kind of hole with your knees up in front of your eyes, almost up in front of your eyes. And then you have to be very creative to think this position. And I don't know if any one of you has tried, but it really stopped the movements. It's almost like a miracle. There's only a few people I've known that where it only stopped perhaps 50%, but most of the people, you can stop the movements. But of course, it's a very strange position, but it's a nice position if you try it yourself. Also, try to put some heavy blankets over, especially over the body and the legs. So it also will stop movements in the legs. And also put some pressure on the head and on the shoulder. Some good pressure where you use your hand on the head and on the shoulder. And meanwhile, try to make the patient take a deep, slowly breath. So slowly breathing and exhale slowly. These three things putting together in a sitting position, that can really lower the movements. And also, if you just have a normal wheelchair, you can try to put the wheelchair back and put some pillows under the seat. And you know, it's not under the whole seat, it's just under the knees. So you get this position. And then you put the whole chair back, so you have the 60 degrees in the hip. Not all wheelchairs can do so, but many of them. Well, now I think I have to take you for a trip. I have recorded some videos at Tangkær, so I will invite you to Tangkær and take you inside and meet some of the people there, and you can see for yourself for the home. So I just want to say thank you from now on, and thank you for listening, and just don't hesitate to call me, write to me if you would like to hear some more information. Thank you, everybody.
Well, right now I will show you some of the things we are using almost every day. And by the way, we have a weight over here, and this is very important. It's very important to control the weight, not for all, but lots. It's very good idea to have this. This is a special chair where you can sit, and you can have this flaps around you, so it gets very cozy to sit. And this is a bit heavy also, so it will comfort you. And this is the easy chair just to move around in different apartments. Also, we have this Mo lift, it's called, and as you see, it can help the walking position, so we can use it as a training. And also we have some packs. You see this white pack and the pillow, the blue pillow. This is something we are using every day in all kind of positions, in bed, in chairs, everywhere. And we have some weight we can put on the hands when we're eating, so it will have less movements while eating. This one also, they come in different sizes and different weight. Protection for elbow, and if it's slippery in the bathroom, this is also something that's nice to have, not for all, but for some. And also this is very popular. This is a heavy vest, and we also have them in different sizes and different types. And this is also something that can minimize the unvolunteered movements. Also, we are having a NADA acupuncture as an activity for everybody who wants this. This is ear acupuncture, and we've discovered that it will minimize the unvolunteered movements. And actually, many are asking for this because it really helped them getting relaxed, and they feel they have few movements afterwards. Also, we have mindfulness, meditations. We have ball sticks. Also, this is a very cheap way to try to stop movements. I relax with some ball stick massage and some nice music. So this is some of the stuff we are using here at Tangkær. Okay, let's have a look at what we can do for a better communication. Over here we have a book that is individual, in video produced for a guy who's living here, and this helps us so much to understand what he wants to do and what he wants to say. Here we have a typical yes-no for those without, what is very difficult to see, to figure if he wants to say yes, I want to say no. You can hold this up right in front of the face, and you can see it's written on the both sides, so you just look at the eye movements. Of course, you can do so also for activities and everything you think that is important to ask about. This you probably have seen before with the alphabet. But many people with HD, they answer yes or no and nothing in between. But if you want to hear different, what's in between yes and no. For example, if you want to hear how important is this activity for you, then we have produced this, and it's very cheap. So this is something everybody can do. If you ask, is this activity is very important for you? And over here it's no, it's not important. And over here it's very, very important. And you can ask him just to point out where you think he would place his finger. This helps us very, very much for understanding and helping the HD patients with quality of life. Now I will show you our wellness bath. And this is a room where we have two baths. We have one over here for those who can walk and can do everything themselves. And then we have a special bath, a wellness bath, over here for the person especially in the last stages. And here we also have a lift, so it's possible for everyone to join this bath. And we are using this every day and many times each day. And we have music, and we try to have a nice, quiet, easy time here, and make it very relaxing and comfortable to be here.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just joining you again, Julie McCrossan, your MC for this marvellous Huntington's Australian National Conference 2021. And I know that you're thinking a big thank you to Charlotte Hold from Denmark, who put together that presentation for us because of the unseemly hours it is in Denmark as we speak. And the spelling of the service, a number of people of you wanted, is Tangkær. So those videos there that we just saw, Tangkær in Denmark, if you want to Google them. And I know that we had a little bit of frustration there, where we had a little bit of a loss of a portion of that video, but all our presentations will be available on the Huntington's New South Wales ACT website from next week. And I do want to thank Lewis Kaplan, the CEO of Huntington's New South Wales ACT, who's doing his pandemic duties behind the scenes with our presentations. And welcome to those family members who'd gone to the wrong Zoom. I'm really pleased you've been able to join us again. Just a reminder that the only way that you can bring questions to our panel session, which will be in about 30 minutes where we can answer questions, is via the Q&A or the chat, but the Q&A is best. So if you do have questions or comments, I'd be so grateful if you could put them there. And I certainly, and I'm sure you were immensely impressed by the free homes available in Denmark and also the free external supervisors. Many interesting things there, but that certainly makes the heart squish for Denmark.